The mind of man is capable of anything. Man can alter his life by altering his thinking. Change your mindset, change your life. This is Mindcraft with Craftmatic. Welcome to Mindcraft.
All right, and welcome back, folks, to Mindcraft. Let's do a quick wrap-up for what we've talked about today. I'm covering what I consider to be some very profound subjects and topics. And it may not hit you that way right away, but I'll promise you, as you start entering into some of the exercises and doing some of exemplifying some of the ideas that I'm sharing with you tonight, you're going to start to see a change in your life. It would be like me having a set of twins. Let's say I have a set of twins and they're both 10 years old. And one of them gets no support, right? But the other one, I just pour in a ton of support, always feeding them positive information, having them read books, having them to ask themselves questions and write certain paragraphs and write certain pages about themselves and what they're going to do. The child who gets the input dramatically grows over the child who does not. And that is you for the work that we're going to be doing on this show. If I pour into you, I'll promise you, I know what it's going to do. I know what these ideas can do for people's lives. I've spent years in training and development, and this is just a simple way, even though you may not capture it as of now, this is a simple way to get your feet under you in the scheme of life. The first thing we talked about tonight was questions. I'm encouraging you to ask yourself some really hard questions about your life. Are you really doing life? Or are you just sitting on the sideline? Have you wasted a lot of time doing this, that, and the other? Do you even know what you want? Do you even know where you're going in life? If you knew where you were going, do you believe you got the tools to get there? What motivates you? I'm asking you to give yourself an assessment. I want you to start to determine what A is, because ultimately, I'm trying to take you to B, and B is only important to you. Whatever your goals, whatever your dreams, whatever those are, I'm trying to take you to B. But before we ever achieve B, we have to start at A. And it doesn't really matter what A is. A can be you're broke, you're overweight, you're not really organized, you're not a great thinker, you're not really successful, you haven't had a lot of success. Whatever those things are, it's just A. It really doesn't mean a lot. But as you start to contemplate A, as you start to ask yourself these questions, you're going to start to talk to yourself. And you're going to start to tell yourself that you're not enough. You haven't been enough. You can't do it. It's too hard. Well, you spent so much of your life in failure, you're not really concerned about tomorrow. Well, I guess I'm probably going to be a failure tomorrow. You're going to start to talk to yourself after you ask yourself some of these questions. And I'm encouraging you to find positive ways to talk to yourself. Regardless of if you're overweight, then you need to be saying, you know what, I can improve my health. And I'm going to improve my health tomorrow. I'm going to take my vitamins. I'm going to drink my water. I'm going to go see my doctor, whatever those things are. But find a way to talk positively to yourself, about yourself, and about your future. It's imperative that you begin to use positivity as a measuring stick for your life, because either one or two things is happening, folks. You're above the line or you're below the line. And believe it or not, the reality of life is that there's always going to be high tide and there's always going to be low tide. There's always going to be good times. There's always going to be bad times. But we have to operate in our minds above the line at all times. You can never, not one day, not one moment, sink below the line in your thinking. Because the very moment you start entertaining negative ideas, it's going to snatch you, which is what we talked about, cause and effect. If you start thinking about negative things and start telling yourself negative things, it's going to actually pull you in the direction of your own thinking. And so I'm encouraging you to ask yourself difficult questions, write in your journals, describe your life in recent history, over your life. If you had to measure your life, and you determine the criteria, but on a scale of 1 to 10, if you had to measure your overall life success, where would you measure? 10 being the best and 1 being the least. How would you rate yourself in life? You rate yourself a 3 or 4 because you haven't achieved a whole lot. If you rate yourself a 9 or a 10 because you've achieved a lot, neither one is right and neither one is wrong. It's just your assessment. These questions will help you begin to determine where we want to go. For those folks who are asking the question, what do I want in life? You oftentimes can't determine what you want tomorrow because you really haven't taken a good look at your yesterdays. You see, you probably had tons of opportunities in your lap. You probably have really gone the right direction. You just didn't attack the opportunity. You didn't attack life. And so I'm encouraging you to get interested, become interested in developing yourself. Become interested in your own success. Nobody's going to do it for you. Nobody's going to give it to you. This is one of those things that you have to do all alone. And whether we know it or not, we're in this world alone. So let's take some ownership and some responsibility for what has happened in our past. Let's take some ownership and responsibility of who we are right now. And let's start to figure out what we need to do, what we need to change to become our greatest possibility on this scale from A to B. Your entire life is based upon how you think. If you look around and you see chaos, then it's time to work on changing your mind. Change your mind, change your life. That's the lay of the land.
This is Mindcraft with Craftmatic. Welcome to Mindcraft.